At its core, resistance training is just damaging muscle fibers, signaling to your body the need to repair them, ultimately making them stronger and bigger in the future with proper nutrition and rest. So, we want to maximize the specific muscle fibers in each muscle that we're recruiting and damaging in each session. There are different muscle fiber types, slow and fast twitch, so targeting both in a program is optimal over time. The average lifter is so focused on weight and progressive overload and impressing others at the gym that they're focused on only moving the weight from point A to point B. And they'll recruit fibers from anywhere on their body to make that happen. Instead, we need to drop the ego, slow down, lower the weight, and learn to flex and contract each muscle through an entire ROM range of motion. Take biceps, for example. Imagine your bicep is a mountain peak, and with every rep, the peak gets bigger. Visualize it growing with every single rep you do. Our nervous systems are like telephone lines to our muscles, and most people have a very poor connection. To overcome this, we need to learn to contract each muscle individually, and a great way to do this and learn that feeling is isometric holds. As you do this, just focus on the sensation in your bicep or whatever muscle you're training. Explore different positions and find the places where you feel the tension the most and pay attention to the detail like which part of the bicep you're targeting. Lower on your arm, higher, outside, inside. Most people, when training biceps, will lose the tension at the bottom or the top of the rep, or they're so focused on counting reps instead of sending all of the mental and physical attention to the biceps. Any mental energy spent on counting reps is not used to recruit muscle fibers, and I've also learned that once you get to a certain number or so, call it 8, you'll start to think that the set is over, regardless of how much you have left in the tank. So I've stopped counting reps a long time ago. I only focus everything I have on maximizing the contraction and the pump, and I'm done when I have nothing left, not when I get to a specific rep count. So you move the resistance by squeezing only the biceps, relax your forearms and other surrounding muscles. Where people get lost is on the reversals of the range. Instead of squeezing the target muscle to initiate that movement, they'll recruit fibers from anywhere to, again, simply move the weight rather than controlling the weight with a target muscle. Or they'll just relax altogether, which destroys the entire time under tension principle. Before my injuries, I was more built than I am now, and I was using much lighter weight for everything than people that were significantly smaller than me. But rather than feel inferior about it, I knew it was the reason I was proportional and not just a hunk of mass. It's because over time I've developed an intimate understanding of this time under tension principle, and I have zero ego when lifting. I'm only focused on the maximum recruitment of muscle fibers, isolating each muscle group that I'm training, which maximizes specific fiber recruitment rather than spreading that tension out across multiple muscle groups. Think of your muscle fibers as individual strings on a guitar. You would not strum all the strings at once if you wanted to play a specific note. In the same way, you need to mentally pluck the exact fibers that you want to target. And look, there's a time and place for other styles of training, but this should be a core principle for everyone and a baseline understanding of resistance training. So take some time just using a very light weight or even no weight and just explore different body positions and angles and see how it changes the sensation for you. Over time, you'll find the exact spots where you have the strongest link between your mind and the feeling in a muscle. And then you just add resistance through those ranges and those become your core movements. Take chest, for example. Imagine water flowing into a balloon. That's what the pump feels like when you're connected to a muscle. You're not counting reps, you're only focused on feeling every fiber expanding and filling with blood. Visualization here is quite powerful, no distractions, no outside thoughts, and whether you do 5 reps or 25 reps, it doesn't really matter that much because what matters is how successful those reps are at recruiting specific fibers in your chest or whatever you're training. And then over time, once your brain and nervous system system adapt and learn this style, given your biomechanics and your build, you can then increase the speed and the cadence to recruit fast twitch fibers as well. But when doing that, it's critical you don't lose that constant tension and squeeze. So if you're just copying other exercises that other fit people are doing, you might be doing yourself a disservice because those might not be movements that are optimal given the state of your body and your nervous system. And always remember, it's not what you do, it's how you do it. You can also try preloading a muscle to help with this process. Just focus on getting a pump using lightweight and or isometric holds, and this will greatly enhance the mind-muscle connection for the rest of the session. You want control at all points of the rep range, and you want to feel every bit of the contraction. Flexing the target muscle in between sets can also really expedite this process because it's less physical load and more mental focus and feel. For me, it's always been the hardest to target and feel my upper chest. I have broad and overactive shoulders and triceps, so it's pretty easy for those to take over with this movement. In this video, for example, I could have flexed my biceps and triceps to make my arms look better, but we practice what we preach here, and my aim is to relax all other muscles that are not my chest. I'm trying to direct 100% of the force being applied to be handled by only my upper chest. Not my triceps, not my forearms, not my shoulders. And I'll tell you, you're probably going to have to learn to transport mentally. I like to get grimy and enter war mode, and over time I've learned to enjoy the pain because I know that's where the magic happens. And every now and then you might need to silence the haters or anyone that's ever doubted you. Just let your results do the talking and let their chatter be your fuel. Or maybe for you it's something more uplifting, and I would guess if you're human, maybe it's different things in different seasons. So while the principles are easy, the execution is quite hard. So ditch the ego, tune into your muscles like a finely played guitar, and watch your body transform one intentional fiber plucking rep at a time.